Hi, I'm Ella, 21-year-old girl from the Philippines, and I'm about to give you tips on how to improve your mental health. I've had a lot of struggles during quarantine. My mental health is just down. I've had a lot of mental breakdowns and, just staying with myself at home all day, not being able to go out with my friends. And not only that, I've had a lot of family feuds, and the fact that I can't go out from that, it's just been hard for me mentally. But it's a good thing that I've picked up a few tips to combat these struggles, because my New Year's resolution was to make myself healthier mentally and physically. And then coronavirus happened. So I've compiled some things that I do every day during quarantine that might help you even until after quarantine. But disclaimer, do not expect to feel better 100% overnight, because for me, I spent a long time just to achieve just a little bit of self-love. You just have to be consistent about it. So without further ado, let's get to the video. My first important tip is to have a morning routine. Haha, cliche, I know. And it's really hard, especially if you're not a morning person. I mean, I wasn't, but it takes 30 days to form a habit. And once you've formed that, I think you're gonna be really excited waking up every morning knowing that you have a routine. It helps you avoid staying in bed all day. And during quarantine, I'm pretty sure that we've all been guilty of moping around, staying in bed all day, watching Netflix, and eating a bag of chips. But I think it's very important to just get up and move your body. The first thing that I usually do in the morning is cooking. Lately, I've been in love with food and cooking. I did not know how to cook up until I was in college, but now I do. Cooking just helps me lessen the stress and to just focus my energy on cooking. I am in love with breakfast food, and I suggest that you find recipes that are healthy. It's gonna make you feel a lot better, and a healthy body leads to a healthy mind. The next thing that I do is journaling. A lot of the time we're on our cell phones and we are bombarded with different news and information, and we usually don't give ourselves time to process and to ponder upon it. And it gets piled up in our chest, in our brains, and we don't give ourselves time to understand these feelings. So I think that journaling is a very good way to process those information. So the first thing that I usually write in my journal is 3 things that I'm thankful for. So the first one is usually about what other people do that I'm thankful for, and the second one is the things about me that I'm thankful for. For example, I am thankful that I have nice hair. Third one could be really small or little, like the birds or the sky or the coffee that I drink in the morning. The second one is my life goals. I write the same 3 goals every single day to get reminded of what my purpose is in life. And the third one is my to-do list, basically. Everything that I want to achieve that day so that I don't get lost, especially during quarantine where we're like, what am I gonna do? I don't have any sense of time and space now. The next thing that I do is exercise and meditation. It's really helped me get through a lot of problems. Exercise is really good for your body and for your health and for your mental health. It produces a lot of endorphins.
Endorphin.
'Cause I'm only human. Find a workout that works for you and that you're happy about. Because I've done some workouts that did not make me feel happy or good because it felt like a chore. So it's really important that you're happy about your workout, because that's gonna be your motivation to do that exercise every day. For me, I usually dance and do bodyweight exercises. Next is meditation. Meditation just helps me calm down, find that inner peace, and go back to what's important to me as a person, and remind me of self-love. I usually follow guided meditations, and I will link them down below. So the next thing that I've been doing is watching informative videos constantly. TED Talks, Girl Boss videos, videos on how to live a healthy lifestyle, how to be productive and present. Constantly doing that every day, it gradually worked its way within. I'm not perfect though. I always find myself having setbacks, and it's a continuous cycle, but I now learned how to sort of push myself to go back to center, review the lessons I have learned in my life, and sort of just breathe. The next one is doing something that I love. During quarantine, we relatively have more free time. You can use that time to do something that you love or do something that you've always wanted to do. Maybe music, art, painting, dancing, working out, writing, charity, signing petitions, getting involved with what's happening in the world, doing what I can to help people. But also don't forget to take a break, take care of your mental health, and switch off your phone. At the start of quarantine, I got frustrated because the world sort of just stopped. I had concrete goals for 2020. It sort of just went in the trash. So I've had to shift my goals and mindset for 2020, and that's caused me a lot of anxiety. But instead of focusing on that, I had to try to achieve these goals by doing what I can, like practicing, improving my technique in singing and dancing, for example, because I suck at dancing. Constantly reading, learning, watching theater plays, documentaries, and great films that would help me as an artist. Which brings me to the next one, which is continuously learning. Be sensitive. Educate yourself with what's happening in the world. I came across this app. It's called Self-Improvement App. I mean, it's good. It can help, I guess. But one thing that I don't agree on with these motivational quotes thing is failure is not an option. That's impossible. Fail great, fail hard. Don't be too hard on yourself. Because personally, and I think I speak for a lot of people here, that's caused me to have a lot of anxiety and fear because I grew up with everyone expecting me to be perfect. The perfect daughter, perfect student, nice, obedient, goody two-shoes girl, and I'm not. Nobody is. And a lot of the time, it's a gender-based issue. I think we should teach girls to be brave, not just nice, perfect, or obedient, but to have a voice. I already said that a lot of time, especially in a patriarchal society. I would say a lot of my mental breakdowns was gender-based, misogyny, and our political leaders are not helping. Yeah, that's sad. I also found that accepting failure and that humanity is foolish has made me more confident and productive because I didn't worry about being perfect anymore. I'm more about making things truthful and sincere and taking healthy risks. So don't be too hard on yourself, especially during quarantine. Push yourself, yes. Be productive and present, yes. But not to the point of hating yourself when you're not. I watched a very good video about it. I will link down below. And another thing that's helped me a lot is changing how I talk to myself. A lot of the time I tell myself, you should do this, you should do your school requirements, you should work out, you should eat healthy. And I realized that that wasn't a very effective way to bring myself to do those things. I found out that shifting my perspective and changing the word should to could was way more effective. It felt less of a chore or something I'm forced to do, but more of a happy, healthy way of looking at the possibilities. It makes me feel excited about what I could possibly do, what humans could and are capable of doing. Someone once told me, gawin mo kasi gusto mo, hindi dahil kailangan. At the time, I didn't get what that meant, but now I do. It took me months. Also, one thing that I've noticed with myself is that I overthink. I'm very ambitious and I have like a very high standard for the world that I live in and for myself, which sometimes when they're not met, I get really depressed. And you know, it's just like one play that I watched and it struck me the most. It's called A Streetcar Named Desire, and she said, I don't want realism. I want magic. I relate to that. I am a very, idealistic person and I easily get frustrated when they're not met. I realize and I accept that that's kind of a problem for me. A lot of us also think that we can't be happy now. Like, we can only be happy when we are successful or when we get this material. Like, I can only be happy if I get this many likes, or if I get this new iPhone, or if I'm finally a renowned dancer, a renowned singer, or a rich businessman or whatever. But the truth is, to be happy, you have to be present at the moment and mindful of what is happening in front of you and practice gratitude. Like, I mean, there are a lot of little things that are great in this world, and sometimes I try to remind myself how blessed I am. It also reminds me of Eastern philosophy. I'm blabbering a lot of stuff right now, but I am reminded of Eastern thinking, Eastern philosophy. In Buddhism, there are like 4 noble truths, I think. Yeah, I studied Buddhism before. It goes something like, life is full of suffering. Suffering is caused by desire. Therefore, if you eliminate your desire, there would be less suffering. A lot of Eastern philosophy and thinking have like a more pessimistic view in life, but not like, you know, oh shit, life is miserable, I'm just gonna be passive and I'm like, I hate life. But it's more of like, I expect life to have a lot of suffering, a lot of problems. That is why every little thing, every little blessing that I get, I'm gonna be thankful for that because that's a bonus. That thinking really, I was like, whoa. That's gonna help me cope with the changes that happens in my life, all of the problems, because, you know, you start expecting that life is and every little thing, waking up in the morning, waking up in this beautiful room, or waking up having complete body parts, or having parents, or having a loving sister, is such a blessing already, and that makes me very grateful for having this life. That has helped me to become more satisfied and at peace and calm, and it's actually made me more productive to actually do things because I've accepted that life is crap. Humanity is foolish, so why not take risks, right? Why not be happy? Life is short. Yeah. Disclaimer, I'm not a psychologist. Please, if you are really feeling down or if you really need help, please don't hesitate to go to a professional to seek for help. I'm only blabbering about my experiences that might help you, but I am not an expert, okay? I think I'm doing this to help people that sometimes people can't afford therapy or afford counseling because they are not cheap. But I think there are also some free therapy out there, you know, that's why I am also gonna link everything that I've learned down below, and yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to my blabbering and rants and frustrations in life. So I hope that helped you. Thank you for watching. I love you. Stay safe. Love yourself. Subscribe to my channel. Oh, and shout out to my friends who constantly believe in me and helped me with my mental health and have supported me through my mental health journey and my life and all the problems that I've had.